Hey, Chrissy here. I am a landscape architect and the owner of Kismet Design. I am a very process-driven designer, and I love sharing what I do and how I do it with anyone who's interested. Reaching your true potential and achieving your own personal goals will not happen by chance. You have to set your intentions, make a plan, and do the work. Thank you for joining me to nerd out on design. Don't forget to subscribe and to share too. Let's create something great together. Last week's episode with Cindy Funes was a long one, but if you haven't listened, be sure to. She has so many pieces of wisdom in there and so many things that I've been thinking about since I talked with her over and over again. There are a couple things that I've been thinking about that I've been revisiting in my head for the last couple weeks, thinking about balance. At the end of the episode with Cindy, I told her my theory on balance and being present. I don't know if I can say it as well again, but basically the balance I try to create in my life is like stepping stones rather than a teeter-totter between work and family. Each has a time and a place that needs my attention. Rather than keeping one foot in each, I hop from one to the other and do my best to be all in. There are days when this is really hard and it doesn't always happen the way I want. One of the things that helps me keep this working is by trying to keep my ambition in check. Easier said than done sometimes. Saying no when I need to is super important. I have a tendency to want to say yes to all the things, even to my detriment. I have to remind myself often that each opportunity that I say no to allows me the space to say yes to something so much better. If I say yes to something that I shouldn't, it might mean that I am forced to say no to something I really want to later because I don't have the time, the energy, or the focus to take it on. I'll put a link to an episode from a while ago where I really dive in on this. There's a great quote attributed to Abraham Lincoln. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Sometimes doing the right thing and making the hard choice sets you up for a better outcome later on. It's not always easy though. And although it's not easy, the discipline does pay off. Not to bombard you with more quotes, but another one that I really love is discipline equals freedom. And for those of you that know, you know, but that is Jocko Willink. His books and podcasts are full of wisdom, and I could really nerd out, but I won't right now. One thing he said in a podcast about discipline that really stuck with me is that when you stop looking for shortcuts and just do what needs to be done, you find the freedom. Nothing is instant. Putting the work, setting the systems, establishing the templates, creating boundaries and parameters around your work and your life will bring you up from the trenches to a plane where you can easily soar and achieve greater things with ease. The discipline often sucks. Since we are in the season, taxes are one of those things that, well, most of us don't want to do. Taxes kind of suck for most everybody. Unless you're an accountant and you love numbers, then maybe it doesn't suck for you. But it's something that you have to do. I am very grateful for my accountant setting up systems and encouraging habits for me that make those quarterly and yearly taxes so much easier. The discipline pays off. Rarely instantly, but it does every time. Consistently doing the right thing and doing what needs to be done keeps things moving to give me space to do the fun things and not get bogged down. The podcast is a great example of that too. My design work and the efficiencies I've built around it have awarded me the financial and time freedom to pour into this podcast. There are weeks that I have to make the decision to focus on the design work and not create an episode, but knowing my values and the elements that fuel my passion projects is important to keep in balance. I can't be good at everything all at the same time. And I can only be in one place at a time. Although sometimes I do threaten to clone myself as if I have the capacity. I find balance in being intentional about prioritizing and setting boundaries around what I need to do and what I want to do. I can get distracted really easily, and there are days when I have to be diligent in reining in my distractions and focusing on what really matters. Before I leave you, I'll drop you one more analogy to help you visualize this balance. Balance is not found in the details. It is found when you step back far enough to see the big picture. It is not found in the minutes or the hours of each day. It is found in the days and the weeks and the months. Just like a planting plan, the bed at an entry in isolation might be very unbalanced, with a large tree at the corner and low shrubs and perennials making up the remainder. But when you step back and see how that imbalance in the bed balances out the structure of the home, you can see clearly that together it is in balance. Your work and your life is not in a bubble. The balance is in the big picture. I need a balance of 1 to 2 planning days to offset all of the meeting days. The prioritization and discipline creates the overarching balance and being efficient and effective in each aspect rather than trying to do everything all at once. Just like the stepping stones, stepping into work mode or out of work mode and into family mode, that in and out and choosing to be in one place at a time and being able to fully focus allows me that mental freedom to get out of my head, stop stressing about the things that don't matter at the moment, and find that balance and that peace. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps. It's a short one, but I think there's so much value there. I'd love for you to reach out to me and tell me the things that you do for balance, or even just your thoughts on my ideas. And in case you missed it last month, I'm offering the contracts, billing, and estimating class again. There were so many people that reached out to me that wanted to tune in and weren't able to. So I'm doing it again. It's on the 22nd. So there's still like another week to sign up. I'll put a link in the show notes, or you can visit my website in the designer shop to sign up. And I hope to see you there. To wrap up, I want to thank you for your time. I hope the ideas discussed today have left you feeling excited and energized. As I build both my business and my life, I value the support and feedback you provide. I would love for you to reach out to me to let me know what you think, give me ideas, or just to connect. Please don't forget to subscribe and also share with a friend. Until next time, go create something wonderful.